Two wideouts wide on the right. From the left hash, here we go. From the shotgun, a snap. Murphy to throw, looking to the left, end zone shot, it is caught! Eli Panko for the touchdown! They did it again in the extra session! And now, Manny Diaz talking to the near side official. I think they're gonna go for two and try to win it right here. From the shotgun, the snap to Murphy, pressure comes, rolls to the right. Malik gonna run for it, no, he'll throw, and it's incomplete. There's contact, there's no flag, and the Blue Devils will fall in overtime. There was a lot of contact in the right corner of the end zone. It looked for a moment like Malik Murphy might try to run for it. At the last moment, he tried to find Panko, and SMU escapes in overtime.
I'm proud of our effort. You know, we have an elite culture here. We have guys who have tremendous heart and character and fight and love this university and love each other, and they play like it. They did a lot of things well Saturday night to beat a top 20 team in our stadium. We just made enough mistakes to lose, and that's the hard thing. And when you play close games in a conference against top teams, you gotta, you know, if you make too many mistakes, you're gonna give yourself a chance to be defeated, and that's exactly what happened to us Saturday. You have to tell the truth, and the truth is on the film, right? And so everybody has a chance to have their performance reviewed on the film, coaches, players alike, and we all have one thing we want to do. We want to make our film better, right? The things we don't like on our film, we have a chance to improve it, and the film doesn't care about your emotions and how you feel. It just wants improvement.
Second down and 10 from the shotgun. Jennings gonna throw a little RPO over the middle. Dangerous pass. It's caught. Broken tackle. And now SMU is loose across midfield. 40, 30. It's Daniels. 20, 15. Can they chase him down? Yes, but it's gonna be first and goal inside the 5. Can they make another big play on 4th and goal? Everybody on their feet at Wallace Wade Stadium. Here's the snap, quarterback sneak, stood up, gonna depend on the spot. They come in from either side and they say, he didn't get it! The Blue Devils rise up at the goal line and turn the Mustangs away!
Well, first, if you want to talk about championship effort, Alex Howard and Chandler Rivers on that play, and Alex in particular being a linebacker and walking down a wide receiver like that was something we showed the entire football team of. If you want to know what a Duke football player is and what this culture is all about, it's defined by the actions of those two men on that play. Defensively, you always say, get the ball down and give us another chance. And our battle cry on goal line red zone is out tough them in the red zone. And when the ball's at the 1 inch line, there's not a lot you can rely on but your toughness. Quarterback sneak is, you know, the old mano-a-mano play that there is. And we had guys in there battling, fighting, Kendi Charles, Aaron Hall, Isaac Nicholas. I mean, it was down after down, and you just have to believe that you can get somebody stopped. Because if you're in your feelings after giving up a big play, you'll let them score. And our guys just they responded and gave great momentum to our football team to make that stop.
Moves over to the left as they take the snap. Jennings looking to the right, steps up, dancing in the pocket, trying to escape, spins back to the right. Maybe a hold, now turns upfield at the 25, fires back across the middle, intercepted Freeman, 40, and 3, Freeman will bring it back to the 38-yard line. A 4 takeaway for this Duke defense. See how many Jonathan Packey brings. Only 3. Jennings a deep drop over the middle. Intercepted again. A diving pick by Rivers at the 38-yard line. This Blue Devil defense with their 5th takeaway of the night. From the shotgun, here's the inside handoff. Nope, Jennings gonna keep it. Tucks to run, lost the ball, and it's scooped up by Nicholas. Rumbling down the western boundary, and is brought down at the 13-yard line. Another takeaway, number 6 on the night, and this time it's Ozzie Nicholas rumbling down the field.
The approach to every week is we're going to get TFLs, we're going to get sacks, and we're going to get turnovers. Just so happened last week was the week that, the turnovers was popping off the charts. But, every week is the same thing. We go into getting sacks, TFLs, and turnovers. That's our thing, disruption.
And I do think the turnovers are sort of the other leg of the tackle for losses and the sacks. And like, for example, that was a game where we didn't have as many sacks, but the reason why we didn't have the sacks is because when the quarterback should have been getting sacked, he decided to throw us the ball. And so we always say there's these numbers sort of work in relation to each other. The more that you apply pressure, the more mistakes that are made. And the turnovers are the one that we value the most because of the great change of field position and what it does for your chances towards victory.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade. It fuels the best because it is the best. By Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. And by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
This is a Ford home charger. It helps you start every day with the charge you need. So you'll get one plus standard installation with every Ford electric vehicle. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
Enjoy 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new 2024 F-150 Lightning truck.
From creating memories to finding the perfect gift, let us make this holiday season a little easier. Right now, save up to $60 on select AS battery sets. Happy holidays from Steel.
Duke Football 360 with Dave Harding. Presented by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
As the season progresses, you can see teams develop, and the offense coach, as we're going to look today, is starting to open up, and you're getting different looks off of similar plays and puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Yeah, and I remember we talked about this really early in the season. A big part of our offense is our ability to throw the ball down the field and stretch the field vertically. It had kind of gone away a little bit, and it returned Saturday night, which is really good for us going forward. So this is actually the first play of the game. And the play you're going to see is really the same play run 5 different times during the course of the game. And you see Malik drops back, a great throw, rips it to the field to Eli. And I love that he makes a catch and then finishes forward for a first down. Now, that's something that everybody probably would have seen. What you don't see, okay, and the underrated part of this play is Samir Hagan's in the slot. So watch Samir blow right by their nickel. Well, remember that, because now what you're going to see is a little later in the first quarter, okay, we're going to call the exact same play in a 2nd down 11, and now Quayshawn Brown is in the slot right here, and Quayshawn runs right by the guy. We've got great protection around Malik, does a great job with his eyes looking off the middle field safety, so he's not there to help. And Malik throws a great ball, and we don't come down with it, right? We're just inches away. And Quayshawn's such a competitor, he was really disappointed after this play. And our coaching point to Quayshawn was, get ready, we're going to call it again. And so, lo and behold, we're only 5 minutes later in the first quarter. It turns out it's the exact same play called against the exact same coverage, the exact same matchup between 22 and 14. does a great job, attacks his outside leg. The safety, again, is looking into the boundary, right? Malik does a great job with his eyes of taking him there, but he knows where the ball is going. Same thing, really good protection versus the blitz.
I love this with Peyton
Jones.
Yeah,
really sturdy in protection, does a great job, championship block.
When he finishes his guy.
Oh, yeah, it's big time. We'll show that from the end zone. And then you can't hand the ball to a guy 50 yards down the field better than that. So 3 plays in the first quarter, a first down, a near miss, and a touchdown. Here's that block again, just to show from the backside of how the guys are making it happen and keeping our quarterback clean in the pocket. That's when your running backs play that way without the ball, you know you've got really, really good things going against a talented defensive front. But it's a gift that keeps on giving, because now we're in the second quarter. It's a 3rd and 10, and SMU's got a really, really good pass rush on 3rd and 10. So we call the same exact play. Now watch the matchup here. The first time the ball went there, well, they're running under that. The second time the ball went here, well, they've got a couple of guys. They got a lot of guys to the field. They don't have a lot of guys here at the boundary. So Malik does a great job. He reads through. He knows the one-on-one now is up top. The corner's playing off. So Javon Harvey sets it down. Bang, a strike. And another example of why our 3rd down percentage was so much better than it had been in the previous few weeks.
I love the anticipation of that throw, too, to throw it before Harvey comes out of his break. That's something that clearly a lot of reps and the chemistry building with all of his receivers.
That's right. And again, you can see a great pocket against a very talented team rushing the passer, one of the top teams in the country, sacking the quarterback to allow Malik to find the one-on-one, okay? So all of that, okay, improvement takes us to overtime, and now we've got to respond. SMU scored in the first play of overtime. The first play of overtime is the same play call as the first play of the game. So again, what we talked about, we've already hit the comeback to the field, we've hit the slot fade for a touchdown, and we had to come back to the boundary. Let's see what SMU does defensively, okay? So now they're playing zone. See how the corner's playing on top, okay? And then he's going to buzz underneath. So it's not really as good over here, and they're dropping a lot of guys over here. The safety's way over to the middle of the field. So where's the one-on-one? It's in the boundary, just like it was with Harvey's catch. The difference now is the corner's pressing. So instead of running a comeback, we're going to run by him and run a go. So this is all happening in real time. So Malik, again, does a great job. Eyes on the safety to keep the safety out away. And a beautiful route. Eli's created separation and a beautiful throw right there in a big-time play in a big-time situation for us. And same thing, really well protected. Guys doing a great job. It's Tony Boggs straining, who played his best game for us at the tight end position against a really talented defensive end. You know, Star Thomas helping out without the ball in his hand, and no one is next to our quarterback, so he's got time. Beautiful throw, and then watch the confidence that Eli snags the ball, and see how he shields it from the defender. The defender's trying to bring that outside arm to knock it away, and Eli takes his body and puts his body between the defender and the ball. That's real big-time stuff by a guy who's having a big-time senior year.
Coach, real quick to go to all of the pre-snap identification. You mentioned reading what's to the field, reading what they look like to the boundary, the body demeanor of the corner. That has to be something that your quarterback in Malik Murphy is sifting through in a split second. I mean, amazing.
And that's why it's about reps, and that's why you get better as year goes on. And that's why this offensive system will continue to get better the more we get into it. And the more you see different defenses and how you defend, and you begin to realize that no matter where they go and no matter what they do, there's an answer for it, and that's what Malik showed Saturday night.
Bunch of different variations to the same play, all resulting in some big plays for the Duke offense. Excited to see the steps that they take forward after this.
One wide out on the left side of the formation. Brown and Harvey on the right. Deep drop. Here's a shot on the right. He's got Brown wide open. Touchdown! Brown showed the speed down the sideline, and it's a 43-yard strike to take the lead.
When a coaching staff trusts you like that and go back to you after, a mistake, it means a lot. It makes you want to capitalize on every opportunity that you get after that. And it's a great call by Coach Brewer, great throw by Malik. And I just know that I didn't want to let my team down, so I did what I had to do. And I appreciate the coaches for believing in me.
Well, you got to push the ball vertically down the field. That makes defenses back up off the ball. That creates easy offense opportunities in the passing game. But most importantly, it'll open up lanes for your running game. So when a defense know they have to defend you the width of the field, that's one stress. But if they have to defend you for the width and the depth, that's a whole other thing. And with Malik's arm talent and our receivers, we feel like that's something that should be a part of our arsenal every week.
Celebrate the moments that matter with a beautiful piece of jewelry or a luxury timepiece from Reed's. Reed's Jewelers, trusted with life's moments.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Head to Bojangles and grab your tailgate box today.
Duke's new century cries out for a university where the drive to discover is not hemmed by disciplinary logics, where philosophers work side by side with physicians and physicists, where nurses find inspiration in narrative theory, where mechanical engineers team up with marine biologists or musicians. I believe Duke will continue to be that university, together.
The sideline tablets have really transformed the game day experience for the coach and for the player. You get immediate feedback in terms of what's going on out there. You have a chance to make adjustments with a level of precision that you didn't have in the past. And it really helps our guys because our guys are so football smart and have great ability to adjust. They see things, they understand it, they get it, and they can put it right.
First game of the season against Elon. We were running like some choice play, and I was working at the two receiver side majority of the time, and Grayson came over. We looked at the iPads and kind of talked about it. He was like, hey, look over here at Jomo. Like, he's been able to press up on his guy and break vertical, and he's wide open over there. So I told him, like, you run that route the exact same way, I'm going to hit you. And it's actually a video of me mic'd up, and I did exactly that. So that's one of the pluses for it, and I'm happy it was able to work out like that.
There was no safety to the boundaries. Look, you see Henry? No safety here. No safety here, 2 over 2. I wasn't feeling fast. That's why I didn't keep this one. Hey, Jomo, hey, I'm going to let the safety off. I'm going to throw that.
Here's Murphy up top for Moore, and this time he's got it! 48 yards to Jordan Moore.
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you, eh? Come on.
We can show the quarterback, where the coverage is going. And so, hey, listen, when we call this play, there's a better chance that the ball is going to go on this side of the field than on that side of the field. And those are the things that occurred this past Saturday night. Defensively, you can show them, we didn't feel like we played the run great in the first half. And so you can kind of explain from a technique standpoint to the linebackers, not all adjustments are calling different plays. Sometimes the adjustment is just running the plays you're running better. And I felt like we were able to do that in the second half of the game by just simply improving our technique.
It's been a big help because, the last couple years, the coaches had to draw on a whiteboard of the play that they was talking about, and, you may remember what they're talking about, you may not remember what they're talking about. But on the iPad, you know exactly what they're talking about, exactly how they ran and who did what on, where they're going. You can draw on the iPad so the coach can tell you exactly where you're supposed to be. I just think the iPad for me has just been helpful for sure because it's the first time you get it, they might hit you, get 5-7 yards on it, but then the next time you know that you're gonna see it, it's I'm gonna be you're gonna be there to stop it. And I think the iPads are just, I think for everybody across the board, it's just been great.
Especially in the linebacker room, we have a lot of control over what's going on out there. So it's been really helpful to just kind of see the mistakes, see what the offense is doing kind of from a different perspective. And it really helps you think through, some of the fixes and some of the things you can do better in the game. So it's a huge advantage being able to use that. And, our coaches do a great job of diagnosing things and showing us certain things on film that we can make quick adjustments to and play better as the game goes on.
The UNC game, I think they got us with a run or a blitz, whatever we call it. And, you know, I kind of just like fitted it kind of weird, and then like we came at the iPad, and next time we ran it, coach told me exactly where to go. Next time we ran, I think we got like a TFL on it, so I think that's just been great to adjust.
During the Middle Tennessee game, when we had the weather delay, we almost had a meeting in the locker room similar to what you would have the day after the game. The players had a chance to watch the whole game, digest the whole game, and we could reset strategy for how we wanted to finish the game when we went back out there. So that was a very, very unusual situation. We do get to use them in halftime and in the limited time we have there, but that was almost like a day off in between games.
If you go to the UNC game, you know, they showed us some gap scheme in the middle of the game, something that we weren't really expecting from them. And, you know, we did adjust on the field because they ran it 2 times in a row, but being able to see it on tape was really helpful because, you know, something that we weren't really prepared for them, but being able to see it and being able to talk through it really helped a lot. So if they ran it again, we would have been able to adjust and play to it as if we practiced it all week when really we hadn't. So that was really helpful.
Been good to go over and be able to watch, you know, the last series and kind of correct yourself and hear the other quarterbacks' thoughts about how you're playing. So it's definitely a good thing in my eyes.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Turn up the heat on the competition this season with CPI Security, proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Hear live, out-of-market play-by-play this year with the Varsity Network app. In a truly unique listening experience, capture every moment and all of the drama. Powered by Learfield, the Varsity app delivers the soundtrack of your favorite teams. Access live and on-demand audio broadcasts, plus over 100 official school podcasts for free through the Varsity app. Download the Varsity Network app today.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
From the shotgun, it's Glenn. A couple slaps of the hands. Here's the snap. He wants to run to the left. Being pursued by Michael Reese. Cuts inside. Takes a big hit. Out comes the football. And the Blue Devils have it at the 36-yard line. Nicholas in on the hit. Ryan Smith has the football.
Brock Glenn feeling the wrath of this Duke defense. And Ozzie Nicholas, the Mike linebackers, made numerous plays tonight. That one was fantastic pursuit.
I think a huge aspect of our culture is our weightlifting coach, Coach Feely. You know, he over summer we grind really hard together. We've been through thick and thin, a lot of long days out on that field, and we pride ourselves on being the hardest workers. We pride ourselves on pushing past our limits and outworking everybody else. So, you know, when you get into those games, you've been exhausted before. You've been in situations that have been really difficult. So pushing through 20 more minutes of football, 30 more minutes, you know, it's something you've already done before, and something that you're not really afraid of. You know, Coach Diaz says, you know, we know how to do hard things, and I think week by week that becomes more true because we're able to go out there and put evidence on tape that we can do hard things, and that we're able to stick in these more difficult games.
I think one thing that this team has been through a lot is just changes. I mean, it's something that is always going to happen. I mean, change is the only constant thing in life. So I feel like as we were going and we just kept seeing this changes year to year, we realized that the brotherhood was just within ourselves, and like coaches get added every year, which is great. They eventually also get brought into the brotherhood, but we knew our success would depend on each other, and that the locker room would just have to be something that's unbroken. And I feel like when we get these newcomers, the people who have been here, like including myself, we're just welcoming to all types, to all people. We discriminate to none, and we just want to make sure we play good and winning football. And so as long as we're all doing that together, that's all that matters to us. So we just make sure that we welcome that.
There's a great adage in football when it comes to the month of November, and that's it's November they remember, right? We're thankful that our September and October have set us up to as one of the top teams in the conference and a chance to make a run here towards the end. We know we play 4 very difficult opponents, 3 of the 4 on the road. But we have a chance, we know we're going somewhere bowling. How good it is based off of how well we play in November. So it's all in our control, it's all in our hands, which is exciting to be here as the calendar changes to November.
Well, we say a thing called who's in control, and we respond we are. I feel like that means a lot to us because I feel like we're still in control with our season. You know, I know last Saturday was a tough loss for us, but we just have to keep going, keep our head up, not really focus on the past, and just focus on the present and what we can do from now on. You know, when stuff's not going your way, to keep going, don't really get down on yourself. You know, it's always the next play the next play. We say a thing called, it's just a point. You know, if we don't capitalize on that drive, we just have to keep going and just trusting each other. Trusting that, yeah, God beside you can get the job done, even when it's not going right at the moment.
We're having a good season. How good it can be is still in our hands, and it's, like I said, it's nice to have that measure of control.